Hi, it's the boy Strong Boy 600, and I was here in Luton volunteering for the Coats for Luton's homeless charity. This was part 1 of my 12 acts of kindness, which you can find out more about in Rootz News under my page called The Den Project. I went along with Kimberly Lamb, who invited me to support her with a fantastic project. I also had the opportunity to interview some of her friends to find out more about them and their involvement with supporting and helping others. Without further ado, let's go over to Kimberly. Hi Kimberly, thank you for inviting me down here tonight.
It's lovely to be here and thank you very much for coming along.
Can you please tell me a bit more about the charity and why you have chosen to do this?
Well, to be absolutely honest with you, it's not my idea. I saw it on the internet, I saw it on Facebook. Somebody else had a wonderful idea to set up a rack, put some coats on there, get donations, and I'm just copying really, doing the same for Luton as we have the same problem with homelessness and people being cold at night.
Okay. Is this your everyday job?
No, it's not actually. This is my night job on a Thursday, what I do. But my everyday job is to go around teaching kids about enterprise and business.
Okay, that's really good to be fair. What do you get out of helping others?
I think a bit like yourself. I think I get out the same as what I get back. Helping others, it just comes back to me. It's just a natural thing that I do, really.
Okay. As I have mentioned, I'm going to be doing my 12 acts of kindness in my community as I'm raising money for Save the Children charity. And I would like to ask, can you suggest other acts of kindness for me to do, as I only have 3 or 4 so far?
Wow, that's a big ask, isn't it? Well, I actually like to help out quite a few charities, to be honest with you. I know that the Sickle Cell Society could do with a wonderful young person like you taking an interest in what they're doing. We've got the wonderful Luton Food Bank around here as well. But random acts of kindness can be anything. It can be helping another kid to read, maybe. It can be cleaning up a neighbour's garden. Anything like that, actually. So if I come up with any ideas, I'll let you know.
Okay, thank you. Next we have Jenny, who is the senior manager of a market research company called GFK, based here in Luton. Can you tell us a little about your job role?
Hello, I'm the Associate Director of GFK Market Research based in Luton, and my main role is allocating of my staff, making sure that we're conducting research to the high standard expected from our clients and making sure that all deadlines for work are met.
Okay. What has made you come out here tonight and offer your support?
I'm a Luton person, born and bred, and I've noticed over the last 2 years that there's an increase in homeless people in Luton, and it concerns me greatly that this number does not look like decreasing anytime soon. And I am an ordinary person, and I think it's important that everybody helps others in any way that they can. I can help by encouraging people to do what they can do, and at the moment we need people to give in coats and jackets that they don't need. It costs nothing, and ultimately it's something that more and more people should be doing. I already volunteer for local homeless charities, and this is just really an extension of that.
That is true, that is very good. Aside homeless people, do you support and help any other charities?
I also do a lot of volunteering for Luton Food Bank, because following on from what I said earlier about the changes in Luton, like the rest of the country, there are a lot of people experiencing different types of poverty, and food poverty is not necessarily an obvious type of poverty. People tend to think of poverty as something which can be seen as people who don't have anywhere to live, people without clothes. But there's a lot of people, mainly from working families, who are struggling to feed themselves on their children, and I feel that a country of our size and with our wealth should not have that happening, and I feel as a concerned citizen that I should be doing something to help.
Yeah, okay, so I've been asking the community to help me come up with ideas for my 12 acts of kindness list. Is there any more aside the ones I've already been given that you would suggest?
I generally think that people respond well to random acts of politeness and looking people in the eye and smiling at them and just having a positive vibe, because I think every day we become more desensitized to basic nice things because we are now digital age. Youngsters like yourself have been brought up with mobile phones, 75 TV channels. So people of my generation, we're used to communicating with people eyeball to eyeball, talking, reading, and I think a change to old-fashioned ways of life is something that we should encourage. Basic things like saying good morning, saying thank you, and saying you're welcome, little things like that mean a lot. I think just being polite is an act of kindness.
Okay, thank you for doing this, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you. I hope I didn't ramble on for too long.
Next, I had the pleasure of meeting Oliver Bollinger. He is in his 30s and an engineer for a company called Hayward Tyler, based in Luton. Oliver was born in Ghana, Africa, however is raised in Germany. Let's find out a little more about him. Hi Oliver, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Great. Can you tell us a little about yourself?
Okay, yes, I'm an engineer, group technology engineer at Hayward Tyler in Luton. We make, it's a big engineering group, a worldwide group, and we're into heavy engineering. We make pumps and motors mainly, and turbines.
I want to be in the group now.
All right.
Can you give the listeners and readers a little insight on what you actually do at Hayward Tyler?
That's not easy. Okay, at the moment as a group technology engineer, I'm focusing on digitization, so digital solutions that improve our business. I work on projects that involve simulation. So the simulation is about predicting the future and running scenarios of a business to understand how different things, different loads and potential orders can affect the business, and being able to have a digital twin of your factory to essentially use that to make database decisions and use that to drive analytics to improve the business.
Okay. Why as an engineer are you helping the homeless?
Well, the short story is that I wasn't always as successful as I am today. So when I grew up as a kid, I didn't really have the kind of drive and vision. And due to some things that happened in my life to do with my father passing away, I kind of fell off the wagon. So I was on the best schools and on my way to complete my A-levels, and I dropped out. I went down an apprenticeship route and kind of, just lived life, but without a real plan. And during those times, I kind of was a bit of a, got a bit into trouble as well. And when I moved over to the UK, there were times where I was myself actually finding myself in similar situations as the guys that I find out here on the streets, and also, finding myself in situations that many of the young people that are out on the streets find themselves in. So it's not really just about the homeless, it is about anyone out on the streets. We speak to young people, so it is about helping others that are in need, and making a difference, making someone, we've had cases where we speak to someone and they literally were at the point of committing suicide. Last week we spoke with a person that said that they wanted to change and that they had a lot of depression, but because they don't have a passport, they are not actually able to go. I haven't researched whether that's actually the case, but they weren't able to go to the doctor, to a GP, and just get some help. So we were able to refer them to a church and, you know, see where that takes that person. So it's all about making a difference.
Whilst growing up in Germany, did you see or even help any homeless people there?
I've got a good story. As a kid in Germany, I must have been maybe 6 or 7, and my mum took us to the town centre, and you know, there was a homeless man sat on the floor, and he was begging, and I just, you know, asked my mum, and I gave him some money. So, you know, homelessness is something that you can find anywhere in the world, in the richest and in the poorest places of the world. So yes.
And last question for you. I'm asking the community to suggest other acts of kindness that I can do to help me raise money for Save the Children charity. Can you suggest any way?
Well, maybe you could, you know, the hospitals is a place where people are, you know, very, very sad sometimes, and, you know, really, really need some hope. So, I mean, one of the ideas could be maybe to go to the children's ward and ask permission to just go there, and maybe just something. It's not about a big present, you know, something little, you know, and just to cheer them up, or even maybe just, you know, write a little poem. It could be anything. So that might be an idea.
Well, thank you, Oliver. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to my interviews, and if you are involved in helping out any way in your community, then let me know at theden600@gmail.com or rootsnewspaper@gmail.com. And you can see your story featured in the next issue of Rootz News, out July the 4th. Also, if you would like to make a donation or sponsor me, then go to the following link at www.virginmoneygiving.com/The Den Project. Thank you for listening.
And well done, Strong Boy 600, for those interviews. Such fantastic work. And as usual, InFocus looks at real people, inspired, strong and empowered. And if you know someone who is on the rise and making positive movements within your community, then let us know. Better still, if you are that individual that wants the community to get to know what you're really about, then contact us to arrange an interview. It's simple. Email rootsnewspaper@gmail.com and put InFocus in the subject box and we shall get in touch. That's Rootz with a Z. Blessed love, people.